Hey viewers and friends, Andrew back again, and welcome to my first horror collection overview, where I take a look at my slasher collection. I'll be doing it shelf by shelf, so we're going to do my slasher shelves in this video, and then over the next coming weeks I'll probably try and do one of these videos per week in between my other videos. Just covering my entire horror collection. A lot of people have been asking me to do this, so yeah, it's about time for an update. So we'll start with my favourite genre in horror, my slasher collection. I'm not going to really have too much time to talk about the titles. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen them, but as always, if you want to know more about any titles that I show, just let me know. So yeah, let's get started. So first up we have Bloodbath or A Bay of Blood, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake, Blood Night, The Legend of Mary Hatchet, Candyman, Child's Play, Freddy vs. Jason, the original Friday the 13th, Part 2, Part 3, Part 3 in 3D, the remake, Maniac, My Bloody Valentine, awesome slasher, the 2D version of the My Bloody Valentine remake, Psycho. This looks absolutely amazing on Blu-ray. Storm Warning, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, such a fun movie that, Student Bodies, Switchblade Romance, great French slasher, definitely recommend that. So they're what I own in the way of slasher Blu-rays. Now onto the DVDs. We have Going to Pieces, The Rise and Fall of the Slasher Genre. Fantastic documentary on the slasher genre. Highly recommend that. The Forest and Don't Go in the Woods Alone, double pack. The Initiation and Mountaintop Motel Massacre. Deranged and Motel Hell, 12, Alice Sweet Alice, All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, American Gothic, April Fool's Day. These two I definitely highly recommend. Black Christmas. This is the out of print Critical Mass Collector's Edition with the reversible cover. Bloody Birthday, really cheesy one. Bloody Murder 1 and 2. The Boogeyman, which is shit, and Return of Boogeyman. The Burning, one of the best slashers ever made. Then this is just a custom cover of The Burning that I did myself because I prefer it. Cherry Falls, Child's Play 2, in my opinion the best horror sequel ever made. Child's Play 3, Chopping Mall, classic slasher collection with Don't Look in the Basement, Scream Bloody Murder, Silent Night Bloody Night, The Hatchet Murders aka Deep Red, and The Severed Arm. Cold Prey, this was disappointing. Deadly Blessing by Wes Craven, really underrated, excellent movie. The Driller Killer, then I own 2 copies of Evil Laugh. Great 80s cheese fest there. Final Exam, another really good one. The Funhouse, Happy Birthday to Me. Everyone seems to hate this cover art. Personally, I really like it. However, I do want to pick up the other release of the movie at some point. Hatchet and Hatchet 2. Two of the best modern slashers, and I'm really looking forward to Hatchet 3, and I hope they do a series out of this. We need another modern slasher series, I think. Hellbent, this one's really good. Hell Knight. The Hills Run Red. House on Sorority Row. The I Know What You Did Last Summer movies, the 3 of them. Intruder, another awesome, really underrated 80s slasher movie. Highly recommend it. Pretty original in terms of the setting as well. Set in a supermarket. Jack Frost 2. Just Before Dawn. Laid to Rest. And the rather hard and expensive Code Red 30th year anniversary edition of Mad Men. Another really underrated slasher. Okay, then I also own the Friday the 13th series on DVD, so we'll take a quick look. The His Name Was Jason documentary. I liked it. I know quite a few people didn't. Friday the 13th, the original. Part 2, the Australian exclusive slipcover. And Part 3 with the Australian exclusive slipcover. Part 4. Part 5. Part 6, my personal favourite. Part 7. Part 8. Then Jason Goes to Hell. And Jason X. Then I also own the US Digipack, the box set. Maniac Cop. The Midnight Meat Train. Motel Hell. Mr. Jingles. This one is terrible. Probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But it was only a couple of dollars, and I love the cover art. The Mutilator, probably the rarest slasher movie that I own. Really good, really cheesy. The 3D version of the My Bloody Valentine remake. My Soul to Take. I know a lot of people hate this movie, but I really like it. Pretty interesting storyline on that one. The New York Ripper. Nightmares. This is an Australian slasher movie from the early 80s, and it is absolutely terrible. Night School. The Orphan Killer. P2. Popcorn. Prom Night with Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm not a fan of this one, unfortunately. Great cover art though. Then I own the Prom Night collection with the 4 movies. I haven't checked the sequels out yet. Really should get around to that actually. The Prom Night remake. The Prowler. The 4 movie set of Psycho. Return to Horror High. Return to Sleepaway Camp. Santa's Sleigh. Satan's Little Helper. Really underrated. I love this one. It's a ton of fun. Scarecrow. And the sequel, Scarecrow Slayer. See No Evil. Shredder. This is a great modern throwback to 80s slasher movies. Fun, cheesy. I'd recommend picking it up. You can pick it up for fairly cheap. Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Slaughter High. 2 fantastic movies and 2 great Arrow releases. Alright, The Lucky 13 release of Slaughterhouse. The Sleeper, one of the best modern slasher movies ever made. It came out this year. Excellent movie. Slumber Party Massacre Collection. Sorority Row. Strange Behaviour, which I think is also known as Dead Kids. Sweatshop. Sweet 16. Terror Train. Terror Train is really underrated. Has a pretty interesting killer, and it has Jamie Lee Curtis. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Remake DVD. Love the cover art. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre The Beginning, my personal favourite in the series. The original Toolbox Murders. And the rather average Toolbox Murders remake. Okay, last shelf. We have Tourist Trap. This one is really underrated. I highly recommend it. The Tripper, another great modern throwback. The 3 Urban Legends movies. Valentine. Venom. If you haven't checked this one out, it's a really good modern slasher. Quite different in terms of storyline, but it's really good. And the last one is kind of different to your traditional slasher movie, and that is Wilderness. This is a British movie, really good. Now I own a couple of DVD-Rs. The first one is Edge of the Axe and Superstition. Thanks a lot, Lewis, for this one. And then I own some box sets. You really can't have a slasher collection without the Scream series. This is a nice box set. Has a 3D ghost face mask on it and makes a noise. Then I own the Australian box set of A Nightmare on Elm Street collection and the rather hard to come by Sleepaway Camp Survival Kit with the 3 Sleepaway Camp movies. Fun cheese right there. So yeah guys, that is it. That is my slasher collection overview. I hope you've enjoyed it. If there's any slasher movies that you don't know about that I've shown in this video, please look them up and check them out. And yeah, if you've got any other slasher recommendations for me as well, I'd love to hear those. But yeah, this is part 1 of my horror collection overview, shelf by shelf, and my slasher collection. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching.